my god, my roots are shocking, absolutely shocking. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is a dupe brush tryout. This is the HD Kabuki brush from Primark. It's meant for foundation, it's meant for, it diffuses concealer under the eye on spots, crevices and scars. This was £3 from Primark. This is the first time I've ever used this brush. I feel that this is a dupe for either the Sigma F87 Edge foundation brush or the Givenchy foundation brush, which is £36. They look incredibly alike, very much so. I feel that this really is a dupe for the Givenchy foundation brush, and this was only £3 in comparison to the Givenchy one, which is £36, or the Sigma one, which is £20. So I'm going to be trying this out. It is so soft. It's the softest foundation brush, so silky. It's really dense, so I'm hoping it's going to give a really nice finish to the foundation. The foundation I'm going to be using with it is my Fuera foundation in the shade 102 Nude. This is the fullest coverage foundation that I possibly own and that I believe is out there. So I already have my primer on, which is the Bare Face Chick Face Primer. The brush one more time, it is so dense, and I'm just tapping it in. And already the difference I can feel on the skin with this brush, it is so soft. I can already tell that I'm going to like this brush, and I'm finding it easy because I do my eyebrows before I do my foundation. The shape of this brush is giving me so much precision that I'm not going to disrupt any of the previous work that I've put in to this base. And I would say that's given a beautiful finish to that foundation. And I'm just doing really light, short strokes to make sure that I don't get any brush marks in this foundation, because I normally apply it with a damp sponge, but using this brush, you can really see the difference between the two sides. Because I have a lot of scarring and broken veins and pigmentation, my face is generally quite red, but this brush is working super well to blend that out. And that's still just one pump of this foundation. But you see how easy I'm finding that to go near the brows. And it really just helps follow the shape of your brow. I'm going to use another pump and I'm going to finish the other side, but I am really impressed with the flawless application that my little brush has given me, and I think this could be a new favourite. And what you get for that money is just absolutely phenomenal. And this brush is making this so easy. It feels really luxurious, this brush. very luxurious. I love the way it's applied this foundation and the accuracy that the shape of this brush is giving me. But already there's the one part that I haven't done, but I would say that this method of application is going to be my favourite. And I am so surprised considering this brush is only £3. I'm going over this section because I have quite a lot of dark pigmentation here. I'm just making sure that I really get it all covered and that a little hair escaping and that it's not going to shine through my foundation, even because it's got the narrowness at the top. It's really making, which I find this part to be the hardest part to do because I do my eyebrows first. It's such a narrow area to try and blend that foundation out. This brush has really made that super easy. I'm looking down at my mirror as well to make sure that I'm really getting this blended out as well as I possibly can. For working in the narrow areas and around my brows so that I don't disrupt that. I personally prefer to do my brows before I do my foundation so that I can really clean up any mess or overline that I might do. It is great. I am super chuffed with that. So I will need to set this makeup for today because I'm going to be using powder products, and to avoid any colour grabbing, that's when I really need a setting powder to make sure that there's going to be absolutely no grabbing. And for today to set it, I'm using my W7 Flawless Face Colour Correctors stick product to set if, like me, you have skin that tends to be a bit more on the drier or dehydrated side. It's not as drying as, say, a loose setting powder. Sometimes they can just be a little bit too much. But if you do have to set your makeup, use a pressed powder foundation, and that also adds extra coverage. And I'm just making sure that this is really well set because I am doing my little Step It Up challenge today, which I've really been enjoying because it keeps you active and it keeps you moving and it makes you a bit more aware of how much you're actually moving about, which in quarantine, lockdown, can be really difficult. And I do end up in a sweat because I try to move as much as I possibly can, and I really want my makeup to stay in place all day. So next up, I'm going to be doing my eye look, which is going to be a soft pinky purple eye look for today, and I'm using this palette here. This is an £8 palette from Primark. It's the PS Cool Suede eyeshadow palette. However, what really annoys me is the front of this portrays all these beautiful colours, but on the inside it's totally different. Totally different. And I'll be using that today. So we're going to, I don't really have a look in mind, we're just going to wing it and see how we go. To start all of this, I'm going to go in with this very light shade here, and I'm just going to put that all over the lid. This is going to help brighten up the eyes and make you look nice and awake. And it's not a look that's going to require makeup tape because it's just a super easy daily look. There we go. I was also wondering how many of you are looking forward to go back to work when the lockdown is over. And if you are looking forward to going back to work, what is it that you do for work? for the next shade to go into this, I'm going in with this dark salmon colour, and I'm using a little round top fluffy brush, and this is just going to be the crease colour. So concentrating it more in the crease. You can keep your eye open or slightly open, whatever you're more comfortable with when it comes to putting colour in here. But this is just so that when your eye is open, it gives you a guide for how far to take your eyeshadow, so that when your eyes are open, you can see that work that you've put in, because there is nothing worse than when you've done a beautiful eye look on the lid, but when you open your eyes, you can't see it. It's like, for mine with this very light lilac-y purple here, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner. I don't need to be too careful where the colour goes either again, and on the inner corner, bringing it slightly up into the crease. Again, this is just going to help because it's a light colour. It's really just going to help that eye look wide awake, or should I say eyes. But these are really soft colours, and they're really nice. It also does depend on which brush you use. It'll be a quite soft look. So I'm now taking a super fluffy brush. I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is a brown. I'm hoping that it's going to be quite soft. I'm tapping as much of that excess off as I can, and I'm going to stamp it on the outer corner only, into the crease, focusing on this deeper colour to the outer section of the eye. And this is just going to really bring it together and deepen that corner out. We don't want it too heavy. Make sure it's blended really well. Point it towards the bottom of the end of your eyebrow, and then do the other eyebrow. Do you see how that just deepens it up just ever so slightly in comparison to this eye? It just brings a really nice soft focus in on your eyeshadow without it being overpowering. I'm not putting much force behind the brush. There's barely any bend in the bristles. If you put too much force behind the brush, your pigment's going to move and potentially go very patchy. So that's it done for the eyeshadow. This is just a very soft, subtle, nice, colourful eye look. I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to put my eyeliner on, I'm going to put my mascara on, and then we'll come back and we'll complete the look. And we're back. We've got eyeliner done, we've got mascara done. For my mascara, I use my L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic, one of my absolute favourite mascaras. I am in love with it, and I've mentioned this before about over curling your lashes and really taking your time to do that. It really wakens that eye up and it makes your eyes look brighter and bigger, and it depends if you pull your lashes more outwards, it can really elongate the eye. Now I'm going to be doing my contour, and to sculpt out I'm using my Rimmel London Golden Bronze Sculpting Palette. Again, one of my favourite sculpting palettes, and to apply this I'm using my 111 flat contour brush from Primark, and I'm just stamping into that colour, tapping in excess of gently, and then tapping along the cheekbone. A little bit on the nose. To blend this all out, I'm using my Moda powder brush. Keep dropping everything. I even face planted my fridge earlier this morning. To blend this out, I'm just using really light upward circular motions. I don't want to move the product too much, and I don't want to disrupt any of my base. just really, really soft, and it depends on how deep your contour is. You again are better building this up in layers if you're looking for a super, super contour look. And then blending it out. If you are using a very deep contour and really going for a chiseled look, blending out can take quite a while. Sorry, I'm having to concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm also in a rush because I have a meeting at 1 o'clock. You can really see, just blends out really nicely and brings in, once it's blended, it really draws your attention to the cheekbones and that forehead. And I feel as well this palette's really good for giving you that bronzed look. Trying to use a bronzer to achieve a sculpted look can be very difficult because a lot of bronzers contain a shimmer or some sort of glow to them, so it can make it look like your face is more rounded than sculpted, whereas sculpting colours are a bit more ashy or muddy in colour to make it look almost like there's a natural shadow on the face. So I'm going to do a very light blush, and this is a blush that I used yesterday. It's very, very old. It is from Primark and it's called In the Pink. These are their single eyeshadow. I want it to look like a natural flush of colour because our Scottish ladies are known for their rosy cheeks. And I'm just gently tapping this on. This is a very soft brush. Very, very soft, so it's great for patting and gently blending out that colour. But you see, it just adds a really nice light glow to the skin with the foundation that we used. And there we have it. For highlight, I'm Primark. This is a beautiful highlight. That peachy shade in the middle is just super nice. And again, this is a Fenty dupe brush. It's very small, tapered as well. And I'm just dabbing off any excess. And I'm going to gently sweep this along the tops of the cheeks, ever so slightly onto the brow bone again, to give the eye that really wide awake look, as if your skin is really glowing, that you sleep so well that you're so ready to take on the day. But this is such a beautiful highlight. But you see just that beautiful glow that it gives you. I think this brush is great for doing highlight because it is so light and fluffy, and the way it's tapered really gives you great precision for blending and applying that product. I have a video on using these brushes, how much I got them for. These brushes are fantastic. They are absolutely phenomenal. Divine, absolutely divine. A full set of them for £9.98 I think it was, I believe. So blush, this lip gloss is just absolutely beautiful. There we go, she finally focused. She's a bit slow today. Don't you back chat me, phone. And that really is just a beautiful gloss. It is so shiny without being wet. I absolutely detest glosses that just feel wet and slippy on your mouth. I hate it. These are a bit more sticky, they dry down a bit better, so they last a lot longer and you don't get it moving all over your face. Because that, I'm sorry, but nobody wants lip gloss halfway up their fucking face within a few hours of applying it. Excuse my French, but it's true. So this is today's look. It's a very, very soft focused eye look using beautiful pinks and purples. It's really just to brighten up the eyes, brighten up your face, to give you that bright-eyed, bushy-tailed look. If you're new to my channel, you might not know that tomorrow I have an event at 8:30 in the morning. It is a live stream here on YouTube. Get ready with me. All you have to do is watch and do what you normally would in the morning to waken yourself up, or you can get all nice and dolled up for the day ahead with me if you like, and I do hope you will join. To make sure that you get notifications of my video tomorrow and all my upcoming videos, make sure you subscribe and that you ring the bell and click all notifications, because if you don't, it default gives you next to no notifications. So guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. I really enjoyed doing this makeup look and testing out that new foundation brush. I hope to see you here tomorrow. Leave a comment below and let me know you've been here. Thanks guys, bye!